Hey guys, we're Team 8. I'm Josh.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Boyan.
Jungwoo.
And I'm Royce.
Our game is called Ticket to Ride. It's a turn-based game of 2 to 4 players where you try and connect cities with colored train routes. You're given destination cards at the start of the game that require you to connect cities to gain points. To lay down a route, you need the right number of colored train cards. Each turn, a player can pick up train cards, lay down a route, or get new destination cards. The first to 100 points wins the game.
So our game is meant to be played by a large group of users. There are inexperienced and experienced players of the board game version of Ticket to Ride, and players of different ages ranging from teenagers to seniors.
After interviewing a number of different users, we have come up with 3 usability goals for designing our game.
First, the design has to be easy to learn and easy to remember.
Yes, we want everyone to be able to use this application and enjoy the game.
Secondly, the text and images in the game should be easy to read.
The players are going to be looking at the screen from different angles, and we want to make the contents readable by everyone.
And last but not least, we want the users to be able to easily do what they want to do with the game.
The most important thing we desire for the players is for them to have fun. And what I mean by that is they should be easy for them to pass the time, it should provide good entertainment, and you can clearly see that all players are enjoying the experience. Also, the game should be aesthetically pleasing. It should not be bothersome or like gory or uneasy to look at. It should be just something that's that makes you want to play once you look at the game, and it should make the gaming just enhance the gaming experience overall. Finally, it should also be satisfying. It should provide a rewarding experience. It should be something they want to come back to because ultimately the time spent was worthwhile.
Basically, you're looking for an engaging experience. You're not playing because it's there, but because it's there, it makes you want to play. Your friends, family, side by side, all their eyes onto the board, trying to find ways to beat you. It's designed in a way that it will give you an experience as authentic, original, and maybe even better than the original board game possibly. Rules and systems are there well visualized and user-friendly in a way that people of any age can easily play and understand the flow. You have cards in front of you, and you draw them with your hands. However, in Smartboard, in touchscreen, how do you give a feeling of touch, animation, and feedback? You need them to be distinctive, recognizable, and clearly visible for players to play. We need salience there. And once you see the flow of the game, you need to know how to make appropriate actions.
In my LFP, which I created using PowerPoint, I focused on making the game easy to learn and play. I had the idea of previewing the game rules before starting the game for new players. To keep the game moving quickly, all 4 players can collectively skip the rules by touching their side of the board. Also, to increase readability of the game, I chose to use images to represent the different cities. This makes location of them much easier, especially for unfamiliar players. I did, however, run into issues of hiding each player's cards to prevent cheating.
For my low-fidelity prototype, one feature was that the player should be able to select their desired characters in the beginning of the game, such as a baron, a robber, a tycoon, and more. This allows more of an interactive playing experience and makes it more engaging for each player. Another feature that was present in my low-fidelity prototype was deciding the order of turns. This can be done by using a dice feature, where dice will roll when user presses the screen. The player with the highest number will go first, and in the decrementing order. However, this might give a bit of a confusion, because usually board games are played either in clockwise or counterclockwise order.
My LFP was created in PowerPoint, and I wanted to make the flow of the game obvious to the players while keeping with the feel of the original board game. I added an indicator which points to the user that is currently taking their turn. I also decided that each player's train and destination cards were to be dealt face down to prevent cheating. In order to show their cards, a player will have to tap on their pile of face down cards. The cards will be displayed for the player, and they must hide their cards from the other player's sight. To return the cards back to a face down position, they simply tap on the row of exposed cards. However, my LFP excluded any mention of the rules and posed a steep learning curve to new players of the game.
For my prototype, I mainly focus on the fact that the smartboard or touchscreen has 4 sides to it. So when a person's turn reaches, the person is going to have exclusively the person's information with the board and the information, and other 3 sides is going to be hidden, all the information. And then when the person's turn ends, the information is going to be hidden and the next person's information is going to be displayed while moving all the board to the side.
For our synthesized LFP, we combined many of the original ideas from everyone's LFPs, as well as making some modifications. We thought including the option to select the character at the start of the game was very fun and engaging. We also included the dice rolling to determine the starting player, as this added an element of immediate competition. The rules at the start of the game are a good way of introducing new players to the game, as well as refreshing old ones. We represent the different cities by using both images and text to make them easy to find. The deck will move around the board to face the player whose turn it is, avoiding unnecessary movement around the table. Also, the current turn arrow was included to avoid confusion as to who needs to make a move. Individual scoreboards were also included to allow players to keep track of the game without interrupting the current player. We kept the idea of having cards appear as they would in the real game to assure authenticity. This concludes our low-fidelity prototype presentation.